don't know if this is going to work or not. I don't know if my signal's good enough. I know I've had problems with it in the past here where I'm at. See if anybody comes in here. I know notifications went out. My chat went off. We're going to do this until the battery dies. Let's see, Daniel Adami is first, Michael N, Ralph Floto, Ratman Rodin, what's up, Hill Rider. Michael N was first. Good morning, Brent, or good evening, Brent. How was your 34? How was California? Got a lot of things on my mind today. James Best did a really good rant this morning. You know, a lot of us talk privately amongst ourselves, and we make these evaluations and theories and what works for you, what works for me, what works for them, what didn't work for them. And he kind of, once you get past the urination stuff, he spoke a lot of truth. And you learn something about saltwater fish, which was kind of cool. Trucker's Table is not for... I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, I posted a short video of the storm that was getting ready to roll through. It literally started to pour as soon as I stopped recording the video. And brought the temperature down. It's like the perfect breeze. Check it out. I've got the trees. I've got the trees right next to me. Here at the TA. The Graham? What's the Graham? Are you wearing Pale Rider's Kenworth hat? No, it's a Bullhound. I like it because it's mesh. You know, it's perfect for summertime. My Snorlord hat has seen better days. It's I need to get a new one. Man, I got this made in Joplin. Keith Hessian, what's up? Pitbull Gator. Pill Rider Anthony T, Big Rich. Oh, Circle of Death. I just drove through Dayton, Ohio. Instagram. Oh, the Graham, yeah. Anyways, it started to pour shortly after I unclicked that video and uploaded it. So it's brought the temperature down. It's pretty nice outside. I won't be surprised if we get Circle of Death because my signal usually sucks here. Wide range tennis trip, slept in 109 degrees the first night and 49 the next. Rest area top of Vail Summit. Yeah, Brent, I know. I remember one time I went out to Arizona. It was like the last time I went out to Arizona. It was literally 100 degrees in Phoenix and like 38 in Flagstaff. And I remember the first time I ever went out west to Wyoming, or through Wyoming, I was going to Utah. It was like late August. And I had to go to Walmart and buy a hoodie because I didn't have anything in the truck because it was late August. I didn't think I would need it. And I'd never been out in the Northwest. So since then, I've always carried winter clothes all year long in the truck. Yeah, I saw that, Anthony T. Another weigh-in. I'm hoping another 5 pounds. Awesome. Michael and I actually lost a few pounds when I weighed in this last weekend too. And hey, for you guys that crave something sweet, check it out. Let's see if I can find it. This stuff is pretty good. It's only got 6 grams of carbs, and it's sweetened with erythritol and stevia. So it's not too bad. Not something to drink every day, but for a sweet craving, it's there. Guys, I've been eating almost no sugar for over a year now, and I still get cravings. That's how addictive sugar is. Pale Rider, YouTube trolled and found their way to my Twitter. Yep. Does it taste like pecan leaves? I've never tasted pecan leaves, so I have no idea. Triple T. I had to break down and turn on the bunk heater last night in 49-degree temp. Only had a set of sheets on the bed. Man, I would love to have 49 degrees right now. I love fall. And I haven't seen any signs of fall yet. That's probably because I'm running primarily Midwest. I don't run Northwest anymore. Hell, I don't even go east of Columbus anymore. But Triple T, you'll have to tell me what pecan teas or leaves taste like. Football weather, yes. You know, last year I didn't really get into the whole football thing. I think that the whole, I don't know, the controversy with all the NFL and stuff just kind of turned me off. You know, it's like I've got so much stuff to do at home, and I don't really watch a whole lot of TV in the truck. There was a time where I would turn on my TV, my actual TV in the truck, which I still have, and if I was shut down Sunday night, I was watching a football game. But I haven't, you know, I don't think I've got the mental fortitude to sit there and watch a game for 4 hours. Just like NASCAR, I can't sit down and watch. But even then, if I do that at home, I feel like a piece of crap, because there's so many things that need to be done at my house. There's so many things that I need to do for myself, for my business, for my family, for my kids, that sitting down and watching a 4-hour race or football game just doesn't seem right to me. You know, but I will watch live PD usually. Is it hot in Nashville? Yeah. Probably got a little bit of that southern humidity there that you're not quite used to there, Terry. Stevia tastes like pecan leaves. I don't know it. Stevia, I don't like stevia in its pure form. I'm more of a erythritol monk fruit. That sodium or calcium dioxide or diocide or whatever is good for you, but I decided I'd try it. Looking to the Fasting Friday. Oh yeah, tomorrow's Friday. I kind of accidentally did a fast yesterday. I ate at about 5 o'clock Wednesday evening. Was it Wednesday? No, Tuesday evening. Yeah. What day is it today? I feel like I'm Steve Berger. Get confused on my days. Tuesday evening. And then I didn't eat again until late last night. And I regretted it. I felt like crap afterwards. And all I had was hamburger and broccoli, but it was too much. I ate too much food. And my stomach, it was not setting well. And the problem was I was parked at a place where the bathroom was literally like half a mile away. Pecan. I say pecans. I know Harold, when I talk to Harold, he says pecans. And so, I don't know if that's a southern thing or what, but I'm more of a pecan guy. What does pecan... Steve Colorado, have you hit the like button today, Little Vine Coach? So yeah, I'm glad you reminded me, Next Gen, because I've missed out on a couple of Fasting Fridays because I completely forgot, you know. But we'll try it tomorrow. The last thing I ate was a couple of cashews about an hour ago, so I gotta start up my fasting app. You're gonna jump out and hit the sack. Everyone have a good evening and stay cool. Good night. Bubba down 135 pounds in 7 months. Yeah, I've heard he's doing pretty good. X1, there you go, X1. Everybody's got their other catchphrases, like TTD and, oh, there's another one out there. We've got X1. Pale Rider, that's all Pale Rider and Ratman doing that. And I don't even know where it started. No. They got some pretty bright lights at this TA. Normally I've got to put an extra light here to see. Beautiful face. Pay attention, Pale Rider. Eat a teaspoon of stevia and it'll be just like eating pecan leaves. He lost 167 pounds once, first to worst. You know, my youngest daughter, she weighs 100 pounds. And I tell people that I've lost a whole person. And I want to try to make it to GATS, and I want to try to get down the full 100 from the truck show last year. I'm down 100 from my heaviest, but I'd like to be down 100 from the official truck show when I weighed in last year. And I think last year I was at Little Bike Coach. Was I at 352? Was that what it was? It's either 352 or 356. And now I'm at 265. So I haven't been losing as fast as like Nesbitt or Jason Perry. I haven't lost it that fast, but I've definitely lost, and I definitely feel the effects. My measurements are different. My legs and arms are thin now, to the point that I think I might need to start working out the arms. And like this shirt is just draping on me. It's I still wear some of my 4X shirts, but less and less of mine wanting to wear them. But hell, Ratman, I figured he'd be asleep by now. I figured all you guys would be asleep by now. You know, Ratman said he was in Nashville. I hope, I would love to do the Gibson factory tour. I always kick myself because back in the early 90s, there was a music store in Springfield it was actually called Springfield Music, that had a Gibson Explorer, not the Epiphone, but the Gibson Explorer for $595. Now, with the job that I had and the money skills that I had back then, it might as well have been $1,000 to $2,000. That same guitar right now is going for $2,000 to $3,000. And I kick myself thinking that I should have bought that, because the Explorer is about the only non-BT Rich guitar I like, is the Gibson Explorer. I did have an Epiphone Gothic Black, and it was all right, but I had to sell it when I was needing money. And I've sold 2 guitars because I needed money, and I regret both of them. One mainly because it was a USA BC Rich, but I haven't done that in like 10 years. I'm driving another 90 miles before I shut down for the night. You're uploading your Iowa vlog. Charles Anderson, what's up? Yeah, I've got something in the GoPro that's going to be interesting. It's going to be a one-off. There was, have you guys heard of the, what's it called? I can't look at it now. Chained Eagles of Ohio. They had like a motorcycle ride, and they were all collecting at the parking lot across the street. So I got some GoPro footage of them leaving. It was pretty cool. It was some ride for Vietnam prisoners of war thing. Wait on my wife to call so I can go to sleep. Why, does she sing you a lullaby? Working on the rest of the loads for this weekend. The new popped up for life. Hey Charles, loads decreased in some areas. A lot of people don't realize it, but you know, everybody that blames the mega carriers for the spot market rates, you're barking up the wrong tree. The mega carriers don't want the spot markets to get too low. You know why? Because if rates become so low that the shipper gets a better bargain by giving their loads to C.H. Robinson or Uber or somebody like that, or spot market, then they lose these contracts. And they don't want that, so they don't want to see dollar mile freight any more than anybody else does. And that's something a lot of people don't understand. Just like you can't negotiate, or it's hard, maybe I say you can't, but it's hard to negotiate contract freight in a down market. That defeats the purpose. Yeah, Charles says we lose contracts to spot market. Not only that, but you guys gained a whole bunch. See, here's the thing. Snyder came in and bought a lot of they came in and got a lot of the stock market rates when they were spiking. And that was around the same time that they put that letter out and they were putting advertisements out saying, drivers, has the spot market got you down? That was a calculated move. And you know, so they absorbed a lot of that. Absolutely nothing. Surprised I'm not getting ate up the mosquitoes. I do this weird thing and I sit here with my windows open. So I tend to have the fly swatter handy because, you know, there's all kinds of bugs coming in. But I had a good friend tell me something. You know, if you guys, again, if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, I said that I felt like I was just spinning my wheels, and a very good friend, he can reveal himself here if he wants to, told me something that kind of remotivated me. Any day where you're just surviving is still forward progress. Any day that you see business is still forward progress. Business tomorrow, and I'm not just talking trucking, I'm just talking in general, right? And if you survive to live another day, that's still forward progress. And I think that with trucking we get confused because, you know, if you calculate your costs right and include your home expenses and you're making exactly that rate, let's say with home, truck, everything, all in, insurances, all of it is $1.35 a mile, and you're averaging $1.35 a mile, you're making money. You're making what the house needs, you're making what the truck needs. To me, that's progress, right? And even though you may not feel you're on the brink of something great, you're still surviving, and that's key. And it was a good motivational talk that I kind of needed at that time. Bear with me, guys. I gotta plug this phone in. Look at my handprints. Let's see if we're charging. Yeah, not fast, but this will probably blow up the phone. But you know, it's fine. I can just get a new one. Forward momentum, yes. Yes, Mr. Ratman. Yes, during the time I was seeing spot market freight on Schneider Lowboard, now it's mostly Schneider contract loads. Get window screens. Little Viking Coach, I had those window screens, and they're a pain in the butt to deal with. I had them on my Peterbilt, and one day I just got so frustrated with them, I threw them away. It was wasting money. Well, not wasting money. I used points to buy them, but still. I wish Big Rich's audio wasn't messed up earlier. He was on a good rant. Yeah, I think he kept covering his microphone. Any tips on quitting smoking? Visit a cancer ward. When you have a friend or a relative die of lung cancer, that should motivate you. My father died of lung cancer. And you know what he said over and over in his last final days? I didn't think it would be this bad. I didn't think it would be this painful. Dying of lung cancer is a horrible, horrible, painful death. And I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. So, you know, take that to heart. Nothing witty. How's it going? But anyways, I appreciate the talk that my friend gave me, and you know, I think that goes with the whole surround yourself with good people. And I have a lot of people that are cheering me on. And I appreciate that, because in the end, if you don't have family that supports you or friends that help you, you know, and you know, it's hard to find good people. You know, there's a person I had to block on Facebook because this person started a GoFundMe for themselves, for herself, to help pay for her internet. She wanted $400. I've been known to be a generous person. I had dinner with Salty Pirate the other day, and he gave the waitress, you know, he had won some money. He gave the waitress a $40 tip and paid for the family or the couple next to us, a Vietnam War vet. And he talked about it on Facebook. And this waitress was about to cry because that $40 was going to go towards her son's copay for his insulin, right? And that kind of giving makes you feel good. But to start a GoFundMe for someone's internet, for someone who doesn't work, and just games with it all the time, and just gets on Facebook and talks about anything and everything, I don't subscribe to that. There's a time to help, and there's a time where someone's going to learn. And you know, I've been homeless. I've even gone to a food pantry years ago. This was like, shit, I was 20 years old, I think. Oops, I cursed. And, you know, and ironically, my band that I was in at that time, we had just done a fundraiser for that food pantry a month prior to that. Literally a month prior to that. And, you know, I wasn't a drug addict. I didn't use drugs. I've never even smoked weed or anything. And, you know, my thing was that I was all about the band, but I didn't know how to manage my money. and I was in a bad relationship, you know, and nothing makes you stronger better than hitting rock bottom, right? So when I see these GoFundMes for these trivial things, it just boggles my mind. You know, we live in a society that wants everything handed to them, and I think that's made us weak. We just got the notification, Thomas. Glad for you. Glad that you just joined us. I genuinely enjoy giving to others, but only to those that don't ask. Rat man, I agree with you on that. And I'm the kind of person who hates asking for help. You know. And I have friends that would step up to help me if I was in true dire need, you know. You live full time in the truck? Well, you're working too hard. That's for sure. I don't think I could live 24/7 in this thing. Someone tell Chucky to refresh, because obviously some people are still getting this. He's probably in the mitten state. I can never get a good signal in the mitten state. Anyways, just a late night rambling, buying the expensive water. There's a couple of videos I want to shout out. James Best did a really good video this morning. Gary Compton did a good video a couple of days ago about the war about trucking. The war on trucking. Secret wars of trucking, or against trucking, something like that. At least you have a sleeper. I have a day cab and I live in this thing about 12 hours a day. Yeah, Juan. I really don't know how you day cab guys do it, to be honest with you. I mean, it would have to be a 9-to-5 type job for me to do that. Check out Sobe Life Water. Is that just like regular water, or is it sweetened with something? I can't be having sugar. Good now, went out, came back in. I agree, you got to make the truck the home away from home, but at the same time, I don't know, I've got too much stuff in this truck. Flavor, no sugar. Okay. Yeah, I've been drinking the bubblies. That's been my thing. Dinner time for me is a meat and a vegetable and some bubbly or Perrier. But I've been kind of dehydrated the last couple of days, so trying to hydrate myself. Wow. Cops just came in blazing with in the truck stop. So wow. Well, what's going on there? Local sheriff. So I don't know what was so urgent that he had to put his sirens on to get into the truck stop. Can't do carbonated drinks due to lap band. Oh, okay. Live loads in the heat killing. Man, Juan, but you're probably getting the workout, man. Unless you're just sitting in the truck. My name could use some of that blue. What are you talking about? Don't know, don't care, Ralph. I'm not obsessed in that guy like everybody else is. What's going on with you guys? I think we're probably at the end of the video. It is 11:20, late at night. Well, the cop just left. I don't know what's going on. He circled and then left. So, I don't know. Thomas Wilson up. That was part of James Best's live feed today, was talking about coming out here with the cards stacked against you, in a way. When Thomas Wilson wants to go buy a truck, he's going to do it right. He's going to get something that's going to be low cost and something easy to get out of if he doesn't want to do it. And depending on your business model, what carrier you're leased onto, what freight you're hauling, none of that matters. You could be hauling the best freight, best paying freight, but if your costs are too high, it's just going to bury you. It does you no good to gross $5,000 a week if you're only netting $1,500. You're much better off grossing $3,000 and netting $2,000, right? And there's a message to the Schneider Finance guys. If you want to go to a low board model that's outside of the Schneider realm, you have the cards stacked against you. Because you're coming out with a $4,500 a month truck payment. If you really want to go to the next level, it's not switching carriers. It's not having the ability to talk to brokers or negotiate rates. You're next. If you really want to take your business to the next level, the first rule of business is you have to lower your expenses. So you go out and get your own truck. Talk to the banks. Talk to loan companies. And you could probably reduce your truck payment in half for your first truck. My first truck was $2,000 down and $2,000 a month. Now, was it the greatest, latest, coolest thing? No. Was it the most comfortable thing? No. Did I have blood, sweat, and tears in that truck? Yes. Did I get incredibly lucky with a lot of it? Yes. So, first thing you attack is your costs. And while you're doing that, while you're getting good with that Schneider Finance truck and booking freight, you repair your credit. If you had to use Schneider Finance because your credit sucks, then you have to repair that first. Because without credit, you don't have running capital. And if you come out here with the $4,500 a month truck note and you try to come out in the spot market and you don't have good credit, your days are numbered. So, how do you solve that problem? Two things. You fix your credit and you lower your costs. Now you could try to refinance the Snyder Finance truck or get into something else. Use the Snyder Finance as a step, okay? That's what James Best did. That's what Steve Berger did. Once you do that, now you've got enough wiggle room, play room to create a stack of cash. Well, gee, Steve, what do you mean by a stack of cash? A stack of cash means you got $10,000 in the bank and you view it as zero. Well, gee, Steve, that seems kind of extreme. I don't think you know what you're talking about, because I have a friend that bought his truck with credit cards and he had literally $1,000 in the bank and he made it work. That's one success story. You cannot base your business decisions based off of one story of a guy who had his act together in different ways to be able to accomplish that. Well, I know Snyder Finance guys that have paid off their trucks. Or I know a friend of mine that went over to Travel Oak with the Snyder Finance truck. He's doing all right. Okay, but that's one out of how many that went over there that aren't over there anymore? See? Conquer those two things, and then you can look at changing your options, growing your options, investing in equipment that will make you money. That's exactly what I did. Or pay it off, then make your move. Exactly. I know 3 contractors that have Snyder Finance trucks that entered the spot market and are doing well. One is Christian Trucker. First thing he did was refinanced his truck, and then he used that extra capital to buy his own trailer. Boom, he just reduced his costs over at Advanced Trucking. Now he's not paying their trailer fee, and now he's not paying that Snyder Finance fee, okay? Then he went out and got contract freight, so he wouldn't have to rely on the brokers, okay? Because he realized that that wasn't a very solid business plan, right? James G., one of our contractors, did the same thing. Refinanced his truck, got the title, got his plate, came over here. And then one of our other contractors, Jason, who works like a dog, works very much. He's willing to go anywhere. I think he's in Montana or something like that right now. And he came in prepared. And also that Jeff has laid out our contract, he is not faced with an extraordinary amount of fees like other companies. That's 3 that I know of. I heard they changed SFI again. Second phase, they only let you finance half the residual amount. Yeah, well, I don't know. Big Red, what's up? Thomas Wilson, I keep 10K in my pocket. Ratman, they too needy. Goal is not to have a payment above $400 a month. That's your goal, right? Marry Rich Cougar, much easier. Well, when you're already married, you can't do that. My favorite truck is the International Pro Star. Well, I know there's one for sale. Tail Rider's got one for sale. My first truck was $167 a week, no money down, but I was only making 99 cents a mile loaded or empty. 12K, 2000 International, 2400, 9400. But you got people out here running for $1 plus fuel surcharge with 500 a week truck payments. Zequil kicking in. Good night, Ratman. Everybody check out Ratman's channel. If you want to know about the hot shot world a little bit, or the world of metal fabrication, he's your channel to watch. You got 100% fuel surcharge, so you're probably running about $1.25, $1.35, right, Triple T? Which is great if your cost per mile were $1 a mile, but it probably weren't. If that's the thing, you always got to factor in 40 to 50 cents per mile, depending on your fuel mileage for fuel. And then 80 cents to $1 for the truck and insurance and all that stuff. Most people's average is between $1 and $1.35, depending on what their expenses are. Enjoying my home time. What's happening, says Don. But what you say is truth. My home expenses are low enough and my SFI payment is doable, and I still have options to buy out with bank financing, but trying to finish it out with that. Look, I'm not going to sit here and bash lease. You know, that's not me, because I know it's a good tool. Like I said, you can be successful with the leases, but it takes a lot of hard work. And Charles, you seem like a pretty smart individual that works hard. I was getting by making a little better than the company drivers. Look, there's literally a million ways to do business, especially in this business. And, you know, there are days when I just, you know, that's all we talk about. That's all me and my friends talk about. And it just, you know, after a while, you just feel like you're just swimming, you know. And about a week ago, you know, I was talking to a friend. You know, guitars. I haven't done that in a while. I haven't even played in a while. It was kind of nice not sitting here completely entrenched in the whole trucking business world. You know, everybody's live feeds and videos are about trucking business, and everybody's, you know, that's all we talk about on the phone, you know. Although Roscoe and I had a really good conversation about stuff that him and his family have been through, you know. And what day was that? That was last week, I believe. You know, and you learn a lot about your friends that, you know, that way. And, you know, it's interesting to hear people's story. Like Ratman, he's got a cool story. You only get 63 cents a mile, but you're not paying for anything, Thomas Wilson. Fast to Gats. Oh yeah, you were asking, am I gonna fast all the way to Gats? No, I'm not that disciplined. I think that's what you asked. That's what. I've never done more than a 24-hour fast though, bike coach. So what? Gats is like almost 2 weeks, dude. 3. It's like. Okay, 1, 2, 14. Yeah, I'm not fasting for 16 days there, little bike coach. Gosh. Unless you want to pay me $100 a day. That's about what owner op makes after expenses. I think that's what you tried to say, Don. You gotta love that voice to text, right? It's time for me to go to bed, people. What's you doing, heavy haul? I talked to a guy at Landstar that was heavy haul, and he told me the money he made. It was incredible. Incredible. You're not fasting for 16 hours. Another 100 to your charity of choice. I can't fast for 16 days. I just can't live like Coach. I'm not even to a 3-day fast yet. Eating fried spaghetti? How do you fry? Never even heard of fried spaghetti. How do you fry spaghetti? Like, do you bread it? How do you keep the breading on? Then you just throw it in the fryer? I know it's easy to make like fried macaroni and cheese. Guys, I'll tell you one of the most nastiest things on the planet. You know that Chester's chicken? You know how they got the fried corn on the cob? Don't ever eat that stuff. You gotta sleep. Oil and inch pan moving around. Oh, okay. So it's sauteed, not really fried. I do like I like sauteing jalapenos whole. And it's like playing Russian roulette. You might get one that's okay, and then you might get one that'll make you throw up. Adam Gallagher, Chester's chicken is only, it's nasty. Yeah, so imagine what the fried corn on the cob tastes like. Gee, I wonder why I was almost 400 pounds, because I'm eating stuff like fried corn on the cob at 10 o'clock at night. Only once, I think I took 3 bites and I'm like, toss. I don't even think the birds ate it. Snowlord, if you want, I will try and go for a weekend with you. You want to try it? I don't think my body is. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, Charles. We'll talk more about it on Zello. Well, what me and my mom always called it. It sounds good, Don. I just don't eat spaghetti anymore. I'm having Brazilian steakhouse Saturday before the club. Thomas, I love Brazilian steakhouse. That's usually where me and my wife go for our anniversary. There's a place called Ray Rico. They're in Springfield. And they bring the buffet to you. I tell you what, man, they had the best coffee I've ever had. And the guy that was selling it, you know, he comes around in a cart, like the dessert cart, right? And I was so in love with this cup of coffee that when I got the bill and realized it was a $5 just regular cup of coffee, I wasn't even mad, because he never discussed price. Never trust a salesman that doesn't discuss price. They make low-carb noodles. Well, that'd be interesting to see. I know the gluten-free noodles aren't anything to write home about. I know I've seen people make what they'll do is take eggs and they'll cook them really flat like omelet, and then they cut them in the noodles. You got that. If you have to ask price, you probably can't afford it. Adam, I remember one time I was looking at a car at a car dealership. This wasn't too long ago, because we were having to replace our minivan. And I went in to the dealership and asked them, Hey, how much for it was a Ford Mustang. I was like, how much for the Ford Mustang? Well, sir, are you familiar with our store? I'm like, car dealership, right? And he's like, well, yeah, but what we do is we specialize in people that don't have great credit. What's your credit like? I've got really good credit. Well, I said, look, what's the price of the car? Well, sir, will you be financing it through us or through a bank? I'm like, look, I just want the price of the dang car. Well, sir, we just got it in, and like I could have had a briefcase full of cash, and if I had, I would have opened it up and said, look, you could have sold me a car, but you're being an idiot. And I despise salespeople that don't make it easy. You want to sell something? Make it easy. You want to sell your services to a broker? Make it easy. And I get it. You complicate the thing and you can make more money on it. What he was wanting me to have a crappy credit score so we can charge $40,000 for a $10,000 car. That's what he wanted to do. He wasn't in the car selling business. He was in the, hey, let's take advantage of your low credit score business. Just like, Springfield had these 25 a week places. $25 a week, you can have a car. And you do the math and you realize that you just paid $4,000 for a Ford Escort that's worth $1,000. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's too much car, Don. There's no need for me to have a 700 horsepower car. All that is a traffic ticket waiting to happen. Or an accident. Which, by the way, guys, do you watch Live PD? I guess Springfield, we saw this a little bit. So as we were leaving the Ozark Empire Fair Saturday night, they had a major intersection shut down. Obviously there was an accident, right? So I kept hearing people talking about in the news, oh, did you hear about the accident? Did you hear about the accident? Making a big deal of it, right? Well, turns out that it was on Live PD, Greene County. And somebody was running from the cops, drunk, hit 3 cars, and then hit a 4th one, killed the family instantly. He was driving a Chevy 2500, 80 miles per hour, hit a Ford Fusion, killed everybody instantly, except for the pickup driver. So, Live PD, Greene County and Springfield has had the first shooting, fatal shooting. That was on Live PD, and then the second, and then the first fatality automobile accident. So, way to represent 417 County, right? But anyways, it turns out that a friend of mine knew the guy that was in the chase. So that was what his family had to deal with. And it's a sad story all the way around, but but yeah, that was on Live PD. So I've got it on my DVR. I guess they don't show the actual fatality wreck. They show everything leading up to it. What a lot of people don't realize is Live PD's on a delay. It used to be just like a couple of minutes. Now it's like at least 30 minutes to an hour. Because you can always tell, because it'll be dark while we're watching it, or it'll be light on Live PD. So it's live, but they have enough of delay to deal with fatality accidents, or if there's a fatal shooting, something like that. So, they have to have some kind of boundaries. Amelia Red 2018 Escalade Platinum with 14,000 miles for 78K. Orion, that's way too much money for any pickup. I'm not, dude, 78K is more than what I paid for this truck. And this truck makes me money. I don't think a Platinum Escalade's gonna make me any money. Unless I rent it out to rap videos. If it don't got round tail lights, it's not a real vet. Oh boy. You know what I don't like is the new Camaros look more like the new Vets. I've actually driven a Corvette. It was a 1978 Stingray. I worked at an auto body shop for a brief minute and got to drive it around the block because it needed to go. The auto body shop that I worked for sucked. They didn't have the real equipment, so we would have to take the cars to the car wash to get rid of the dirt to prep them for paint. That's what I was doing. It was a fun ride though. We were literally a block from the car wash, the do-it-yourself car wash. Yeah, but it was kind of cool. It was like you were in this small space, but you had this big hood in front of you. 88 Pontiac Firebird, that's my big. Society, I saw that. Check this story. You want to hear a story? I had I believe it was an 88 Pontiac Firebird. I got it for $75. What it was my old drummer. He was leaving Springfield. And he had this car. It was given to him as a kid. And he had an inheritance, but he was only allowed to use the inheritance for something towards college, right? Well, he had no plans to go to college, so he begged, and finally his parents let him buy a new pickup with that money. So he moved out of Springfield, and the car stayed at his ex-roommate's apartment. Well, one day he was hanging out with me at Christmas time while he was visiting town. And he was like, yeah, man, I'm thinking about calling one of those tow-away places and selling the car for, they give you $100, right? I said, what's wrong with it? And he's like, well, it's got 2 flat tires and it won't start. It needs a new fuel pump. Now, for those of you who don't know, the fuel pumps in an 88 Firebird are in the fuel tank. So it's a huge hubbub to get that fixed. So I said, I'll give you $75 right now. He's like, sold. So the next day, I forked over $75. The next day, called the tow truck to the roommates, because the roommate was moving, so the car had to go. And so went to the roommate's car. We aired up the tire. Now, mind you, I was broke, right? So we were going to have to wait till tax time to get the car fixed up, because we're thinking it's going to be a $400 or $500 repair. And I call the shop at the end of my work day and said, hey, I was checking on the Firebird. And he goes, oh, you mean the one that runs? I'm like, what do you? And the car's fine. We let it sit here and idle for an hour and a half. We took it on a 10-mile. It's fine. And so what I'm thinking is the drummer lied to his parents to say that the car wasn't working so he can get that new pickup with his inheritance. So I think all in all I spent about $300 for that car. And then I ended up trading in for a minivan once the wife got another kid going on. So yeah, there's that story. It did the headlight thing. The headlights messed up and all that. Which those are expensive. It's a great time to be a muscle car guy. Yeah, I agree. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. If you want to see more of my crap, my stupid stuff. By the way, there's a Pale Rider hater that called me a, what did she call me? Long-haired hippie scumbag tweaker. Yeah, that's what she called me. That was funny. But anyways, so if you agree that I'm a long-haired hippie tweaker scumbag, then hit the thumbs down. Either way, it looks the same. Analytics is good. The worst thing you can do to a YouTuber is not respond, not comment, no thumbs up, no thumbs down. They hate that. So do something, right? Anyways, thanks for watching. When am I buying my wife a vet? When I get my act together there, Mr. Wilson. She wants a vet, though. I'm beautiful. Thank you, Ponzi. My wife sold my early 90s 4x4 F-150 for $75 because she wanted it gone, and now she did not know how to barter. It was listed for $500. Anyways, guys, have a good night. Thanks for watching. Guys, it's tough, right? It's tough. That's what it is. That's the trucking industry. That's the volatility of our industry. Survive another day and you're always moving forward. Anyways, guys, take it easy. Have a good day. Good night. Good night. Good night, John Boy.